Hi guys, I'm Professor Walker Wall, and I'm here today to talk to you about car chemistry videos. Now this is a first of the series. I've never done this before. I'm really excited, and I've made these videos because students in my class said they needed something to listen to. But let me tell you, don't put the videos up in your car and look at them while you're driving. Why? Because I almost got a ticket the other day because of this. And the cops pulled me over and it scared the dickens out of me. So don't look at this unless you're sitting down on a train, in a bus, but you can listen to it. The thing the police officer told me was that you had to have just your Waze or some navigation up on your mounted up on your dash. But that's all that you're allowed to do. So anyway, let's get started. Okay. So what is the purpose of all of this? This is to serve you. I want you to pass introductory chemistry with no problem at all. That is my goal. So the first thing I want to do is talk about the thing that gives us hell, which is the math. So we've got to understand scientific notation. Scientific notation is not difficult. You can do it. It's just a method for expressing very large are very small numbers. You know, it's just like exponential notation, but the decimal point must be behind the first non-zero digit. All right, how do you recognize scientific notation? Well, there's two parts. The first part, the number is between, the decimal portion of it rather, is between 1 and 10. So that's the first part. So you've got a number between 1 and 10, and the second part is that you're going to multiply it by 10 to some number, all right? So it's just like exponential notation. It's really simple, and you can do it. So how do you change a number from decimal form to scientific notation? Easy. You're going to look at the original number. Don't sit there and say, oh, if I go left, I got to do this, and if I got to go right. No. Look at the original number. If the original number is greater than 1, it's a big old number, then I want you to move that decimal point behind the first non-zero digit and multiply it by 10 to the positive moves. You get that? Large number, bigger than 1, you just move that decimal point behind the first non-zero digit after the first non-zero digit, and then multiply by 10 to the positive moves. If the number, the original number, is less than 1, then you move that decimal point behind the first non-zero digit again, but this time you multiply by 10 to the negative moves. You get that? If it's small, number less than 1, move the decimal point after the first non-zero digit and multiply it by 10 to the what? Minus moves. All right, okay, so let's try an example. You ready? Okay, so now let's try an example. Let's start off with a number like 900 with a decimal point at the end. Now we're going to make this number go into scientific notation, and it's so simple. All you do is do what? Move that decimal point behind the first non-zero digit, and that would be behind the 9, and then we should say 9.00, that's the decimal portion, times 10 to the, how many moves did we make? 2, and we keep it positive because the original number is greater than 1. Now, let's try it if it's less than 1, such as the following. Let's try 0.0029. So here we have a number that's less than 1. So we're going to bounce that ball, just move it behind that 2. And now we can make it 2.9 times 10 to the minus moves. How many moves did we make? We made bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. That's 3. So it's 2.9 times 10 to the negative 3. All right, now let's try a few more in a moment.